chapter 20, beginning in verse 11. Now Mary stood outside the tomb crying. As she wept, she bent over to look into the tomb and saw two angels in white seated where Jesus' body had been, one at the head and the other at the foot. They asked her, "Woman, why are you crying?" "They have taken my Lord away," she said, "and I don't know where they have put him." At this she turned around and saw Jesus standing there, but she did not recognize that it was Jesus. He asked her, "Woman, why are you crying? Who is it you are looking for?" Thinking he was the gardener, she said, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have put him, and I will get him." Jesus said to her, "Mary." She turned toward him and cried in Aramaic, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus said, "Do not hold on to me, for I have not ascended to my Father. Go instead to my brothers and tell them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God." You know, often when we partake of communion, we dwell on the death of Jesus. We dwell on his sacrifice. But the rest of the story is that he didn't remain in the grave. He ascended. And if he doesn't do that, the cross, the death on the cross doesn't mean anything. It's a complete story. He came, he lived a perfect life. He said, "I am the shepherd. The shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." We are the sheep. He says, "No one takes my life from me. I lay it down and I pick it up again." And this touching story is the beginning of the rejoicing, the beginning of the rest of the story. And he ascends to heaven and he waits there for us. These emblems represent life. They don't represent death. He said, "I am the bread of life." 300 times the word bread is used in the Bible. And almost every time it has to do with preservation of life. Blood represents life. And Jesus is life. He is the way, the truth, and the way to the Father. He says, "I go there to be with my Father. I go there to be with your Father." And he's waiting for us to come and be with him. Let's go to our Father in prayer.